Have you ever felt nervous or awkward speaking English, wishing there was a judgment-free way to practice and improve? Imagine this. You're chatting with someone who never criticizes, never corrects, and finds joy in every word you say. That someone could be a baby. Yes, you heard that right. Talking to a baby in English isn't just about helping them learn their first words. It's also a brilliant way to improve your own fluency and confidence in English. Here's the secret. Babies are the perfect conversation partners. They listen attentively, respond with adorable coos and giggles, and don't care if you make a mistake. They create a pressure-free zone where you can experiment with your pronunciation, expand your vocabulary, and refine your grammar. Plus, their brains are like sponges, absorbing every sound and word you use. It's a win-win situation. Your English improves, and their language development flourishes. Think about this. When you narrate daily activities like, "Let's put on your shoes," or describe objects like, "This is a red car," you're not just teaching them. You're practicing sentence construction, using descriptive words, and strengthening your conversational skills. When you repeat phrases like, "Time to eat," or ask simple questions such as, "Where's your teddy bear?" you're reinforcing your own knowledge while encouraging the baby to explore language. And it doesn't stop there. Speaking English to a baby allows you to focus on clarity, tone, and expression, key elements of effective communication. You naturally slow down your speech, articulate your words, and infuse warmth into your tone, all of which enhance your fluency and confidence. Over time, this consistent practice builds habits that carry over into conversations with adults. What's even more exciting is how rewarding this process feels. Each time the baby smiles, laughs, or mimics your words, you'll experience a sense of accomplishment that motivates you to keep going. It's an interactive, enjoyable, and highly effective way to level up your English while creating unforgettable bonding moments. So, whether you're a parent, sibling, or someone who simply spends time with little ones, seize this opportunity to learn and grow together. You'll be amazed at how much progress you can make by simply talking to a baby in English. How talking to a baby improves your English. Talking to a baby might seem like a simple act of caregiving, but it's actually a powerful way to enhance your English-speaking skills. Babies create a unique, judgment-free environment where you can practice and improve your language in a natural and enjoyable way. Let's explore how engaging with a baby can help you refine your English in 4 specific areas. Practicing without fear of judgment, building vocabulary, improving pronunciation, and enhancing sentence structure. Practice without judgment. One of the biggest barriers to learning a language is the fear of being judged. Adults often hesitate to practice English, worrying about making mistakes or sounding awkward. This is where babies become the perfect conversation partners. They don't care if your grammar isn't perfect or if you mispronounce a word. They're just happy to hear your voice and engage with you. Talking to a baby gives you the freedom to speak without pressure. You can experiment with new phrases, expressions, or tones without the fear of criticism. This stress-free environment allows you to focus on speaking confidently, which is a crucial step toward fluency. Over time, this consistent practice builds your self-assurance, making it easier to communicate with adults as well. Building vocabulary. Babies are just beginning to learn language, so your conversations with them naturally involve simple and everyday words. This is a fantastic opportunity to reinforce your own vocabulary. For instance, when you describe the baby's surroundings, this is your bottle, the ball is blue, or we're going to the park. You're using practical, high-frequency words that are essential for daily communication. Additionally, engaging with a baby encourages repetition, which is key to language retention. Repeating words and phrases like time for bed or good morning, sunshine, not only helps the baby recognize these terms, but also solidifies them in your own memory. You may find yourself becoming more comfortable and creative with your choice of words as you interact regularly. Improving pronunciation. When talking to a baby, you naturally speak more slowly and enunciate each word clearly to help them understand. This deliberate way of speaking is incredibly beneficial for improving your pronunciation. By slowing down, you become more aware of how sounds are formed, allowing you to correct any mispronunciations and develop a clearer, more natural accent. For example, when saying, "let's go outside," you might emphasize each word. Let's go outside. This not only helps the baby grasp the words, but also trains your own tongue and vocal cords to articulate sounds correctly. Over time, this conscious practice becomes a habit, and you'll notice an improvement in how you speak English in everyday situations. Moreover, babies love exaggerated expressions and sounds, so don't hesitate to play with your tone and intonation. This can help you become more expressive and dynamic in your speech, making conversations more engaging and effective. Enhancing sentence structure. Constructing simple sentences is a fundamental part of talking to a baby. You might say things like, "We are eating now," "This is your teddy bear," or "The bird is flying in the sky." These straightforward sentences are perfect for practicing grammatical accuracy. Since babies require clear and concise communication, you're naturally compelled to pay attention to how you structure your sentences. This helps you develop a stronger grasp of English grammar, such as subject-verb agreement, proper use of articles, and correct word order. For instance, if you're describing an activity, you'll instinctively think about the correct verb tense. We are playing present continuous, or we played outside past tense. Over time, this focus on grammar becomes second nature, and you'll find it easier to construct accurate sentences when speaking with others. Additionally, talking to a baby allows you to practice combining sentences or adding descriptive words to make your speech more natural and engaging. Instead of saying, "This is a car," you might expand it to, "This is a big red car." These small but meaningful improvements gradually elevate your language skills. The joy of learning while teaching. One of the greatest advantages of talking to a baby is the mutual benefit it offers. While you're helping the baby learn language, you're also enhancing your own English in a fun and stress-free way. Every interaction becomes a mini English lesson, and the more you practice, the more confident and fluent you become. So, the next time you find yourself with a baby, don't just coo or babble. Turn it into an opportunity to practice speaking English. Narrate your day. Describe the world around you, or simply chat about anything that comes to mind. You'll be amazed at how quickly your vocabulary, pronunciation, grammar, and confidence improve, all while creating precious bonding moments with the little one. Techniques to practice English while talking to a baby. Talking to a baby in English can be more than a bonding experience. It can also become a fun and effective way to improve your language skills. By using specific techniques, you can practice speaking fluently, expanding your vocabulary, and enhancing your confidence. Here are some proven methods to turn your conversations with a baby into a productive English practice session. Narrate daily activities. Babies thrive on familiarity, and narrating your daily activities is a simple way to immerse them in language while practicing English yourself. Every action you perform around the baby can be an opportunity to speak. For example, I'm making your milk. Let's put on your shoes. When you narrate your actions, you focus on verbs and sentence construction. This practice helps you use English in context, which is vital for developing fluency. Moreover, by consistently describing what you're doing, you reinforce your own vocabulary related to routine tasks. As you get comfortable with this habit, you can expand your narration to include more details. I'm pouring milk into your bottle and warming it up so it's not too cold. We're putting on your shoes because we're going for a walk in the park. This detailed narration not only benefits the baby's understanding of language, but also pushes you to use descriptive words and more complex sentence structures, enhancing your own language skills. Ask simple questions. Asking questions is a natural part of engaging with a baby, and it's an excellent way to practice forming sentences. Simple questions keep the interaction lively while helping you refine your grammar and conversational skills. Some examples include, where is your ball? Do you want to play? While the baby may not respond with words, their gestures, sounds, or expressions often act as answers, creating a real sense of communication. This encourages you to continue the conversation, asking follow-up questions like, should we roll the ball or throw it? What do you want to play with next? Asking questions also helps you practice using question forms, which can be tricky in English. For instance, you can explore yes/no questions. Is this your teddy bear? Or WH- questions. What is a dog doing? By varying the types of questions, you build confidence in handling different sentence structures and tones. Describe objects around you. Babies are naturally curious about their surroundings, and describing objects is a fantastic way to grab their attention while expanding your vocabulary. Use this opportunity to label and describe items in the baby's environment. For instance, this is a red car. Look, the bird is flying. When describing objects, focus on adjectives, colors, shapes, and actions. This helps you become more comfortable with descriptive language, a key component of fluency. For example, instead of saying, "This is a toy," you could elaborate. "This is a soft, yellow toy that squeaks when you press it." Such detailed descriptions not only help the baby associate words with objects, but also push you to use a wider range of vocabulary. If you're outdoors, you can describe the environment. The trees are tall, and their leaves are green. The sky is blue, and the clouds are fluffy. By actively observing and describing, you train yourself to think in English, making it easier to recall words and phrases in future conversations. Use repetition. Repetition is a powerful tool for language learning, and it benefits both you and the baby. Babies learn words through repeated exposure, and repeating phrases strengthens your memory as well. For instance, say, "Time to eat," every day at mealtime. Repeat, "Where's your ball?" several times during playtime. The more you repeat words and phrases, the more natural they become in your speech. Repetition also allows you to focus on pronunciation and tone, ensuring that you're speaking clearly and confidently. For example, "This is a car. A car goes vroom vroom. Do you see the car?" By using the same word in different contexts, you reinforce its meaning while practicing sentence variety. Over time, this repetition builds your fluency, making it easier to use these phrases in everyday life. Combining techniques. These techniques, narrating daily activities, asking questions, describing objects, and using repetition, work best when combined. For example, during a single-play session, you might describe a toy, ask questions about it, narrate your actions, and repeat key phrases. Here's how it might look. "This is your teddy bear. It's soft and brown. Where is Teddy's hat? Should we put it on? I'm putting the hat on Teddy. Now he's ready to go outside. Look, Teddy's hat. Teddy's hat is red." By incorporating all these techniques, you turn every interaction with the baby into a mini English lesson. You'll find yourself speaking more naturally, thinking in English, and growing more confident with each conversation. Talking to a baby in English is an enjoyable and effective way to practice language skills. The process is relaxed, interactive, and rewarding, making it an ideal approach for anyone looking to improve fluency. So the next time you're with a baby, don't just communicate, practice, learn, and grow. You'll be amazed at how quickly your English improves while creating meaningful moments with the little one. Practical examples for improving your English. When you talk to a baby, every word, phrase, or sentence you use becomes a chance to improve your English skills. By focusing on adjectives, verbs, and forming questions and answers, you not only help the baby understand language, but also enhance your vocabulary, sentence structure, and fluency. Let's delve into practical examples and how they benefit your language learning journey. Using adjectives. Adjectives add color and detail to your language, making it more engaging and descriptive. Babies love hearing about the world around them, and using adjectives helps you paint vivid pictures with your words. For instance, the apple is red and juicy. This blanket is soft and warm. By consistently describing objects with adjectives, you strengthen your ability to recall descriptive words. This practice also helps you become more observant, as you'll start to notice details about everyday items. Consider expanding your descriptions over time. The apple is bright red, juicy, and sweet. This soft, warm blanket is perfect for a nap. Using adjectives in this way not only enhances your vocabulary, but also makes your speech more dynamic. You can practice describing textures, colors, shapes, sizes, and emotions. The ball is big and round. You're wearing a yellow, fluffy sweater. It's a beautiful, sunny day outside. Descriptive language not only helps babies associate words with objects, but also allows you to develop a natural flow in your speech. Practicing verbs. Verbs are the backbone of sentences, and practicing them helps you improve your fluency and sentence construction. Babies are always in motion, providing countless opportunities to describe actions. Here are some examples. We are walking to the park. Let's open the door. These simple sentences emphasize actions, making them easy to use and remember. As you practice, you can expand on the sentences to include more details. We are walking to the park to play on the swings. Let's open the door carefully because it's windy outside. This habit trains you to think in English and form sentences on the spot. You can also practice verbs related to common activities. I am cooking dinner. You are holding your teddy bear. The dog is running in the yard. Try switching between different tenses to make your practice more dynamic. We walked to the park yesterday. I will open the door for you. By incorporating verbs into your conversations, you develop a deeper understanding of how to use them naturally in different contexts. Forming questions and answers. Engaging in a question and answer format is an excellent way to practice conversational English. Babies might not answer verbally, but their reactions, smiles, giggles, or pointing can make the interaction feel real. Here are some basic examples. Is this your toy? Yes, it is. Where is your teddy? It's on the bed. By asking questions, you practice forming sentences that require correct grammar and tone. You can use yes/no questions to focus on simple sentence structures. Are you hungry? Do you want to play? You can also try open-ended or WH- questions to practice a wider variety of sentence forms. What is a dog doing? Who is sitting on the chair? As you become more confident, add more detail to your questions and answers. Is this your red ball? Yes, it is my red ball. Where is your blue hat? It's on the table next to the cup. This practice not only improves your ability to construct sentences, but also enhances your listening skills as you anticipate the baby's reactions. Combining the techniques, using adjectives, verbs, and questions together makes your practice sessions richer and more engaging. For example, adjectives and verbs. The big red ball is bouncing. Questions and adjectives. Is this your soft blanket? Yes, it's mine. Verbs and questions. Are you eating your food? What are you eating? Here's how a conversation might flow naturally. Look at the shiny green ball. Can you see it? I'm rolling the ball to you. Can you catch it? Where's the ball now? Oh, it's under the table. These interactions allow you to practice multiple aspects of the language simultaneously, making the experience productive and enjoyable. Tips for practicing. Be consistent. Incorporate these techniques into your daily routine with the baby to build a habit of speaking in English. Use everyday scenarios. Focus on practical language that you can use in real-life situations, such as describing meals or asking about toys. Have fun. Babies love playful tones and expressions, so don't be afraid to exaggerate your words or use funny voices. This also makes learning more enjoyable for you. Record yourself. Occasionally record your conversations to evaluate your pronunciation and sentence structure. Talking to a baby in English is an innovative and rewarding way to improve your language skills. By focusing on adjectives, verbs, and forming questions and answers, you can practice key elements of English in a relaxed and pressure-free environment. Over time, this practice will help you speak more fluently and confidently while creating meaningful moments with the baby. Tips for maximizing language practice. Engaging with a baby in English is a simple yet powerful way to improve your language skills. To make the most of this opportunity, it's essential to adopt specific techniques that enhance both your learning and the baby's. Here are some practical tips to help you maximize the benefits of this experience. Speak slowly and clearly. Babies learn by listening to how you speak, and clear pronunciation is critical for their understanding, and yours. When you speak slowly, you focus on delivering each word accurately, which helps refine your own pronunciation and fluency. For example, instead of rushing, say, "We are going to the park with a steady pace." This clarity allows you to hear how words sound and improve your enunciation. It also trains your brain to think in English as you deliberately form sentences. Start by emphasizing specific sounds or syllables, such as, "It's a sunny day." Sune, "This is a ball." BALL. Repeating words with proper articulation helps build muscle memory for speech and ensures that you communicate effectively. Speaking clearly also gives the baby a better chance to mimic sounds, creating an interactive and rewarding practice session. Use everyday scenarios. Daily activities provide a natural context for language practice. Narrating what you're doing helps you use practical vocabulary and phrases that are applicable in real life. For example, while feeding the baby, I'm putting the milk in your bottle. During playtime, let's pick up the blue ball. These scenarios encourage you to think in English and use words that match your surroundings. The more you practice with relatable examples, the more comfortable you become with conversational English. You can extend these narrations into longer sentences over time. I'm putting your milk in the bottle and warming it up. It will be ready soon. Let's pick up the blue ball and roll it on the floor. This approach not only improves your fluency, but also helps you associate English with everyday tasks, making the language feel more natural. Introduce new words gradually. Expanding your vocabulary is a crucial part of language learning, and talking to a baby offers endless opportunities to do so. Start with simple words a baby might recognize. Then gradually introduce synonyms or related terms to diversify your vocabulary. For example, instead of always saying car, you can alternate with vehicle or automobile. When describing food, use delicious, tasty, or yummy interchangeably. Introducing new words in familiar contexts ensures that you remember them more easily. Here's how you can structure it. Start with a basic sentence. This is a big ball. Add a synonym. This is a large ball. Combine both. This is a big, large ball. You can also categorize words to practice them more effectively. Colors: red, crimson, scarlet. Actions: jump, leap, hop. Objects: chair, stool, seat. The gradual introduction of new words builds your confidence and enriches your language skills without overwhelming you or the baby. Practice emotional expression. Communication is not just about words. It's also about how you deliver them. Babies respond to tone variations, facial expressions, and gestures, which means you have the perfect opportunity to practice emotional expression. Use different tones to convey various emotions. Excited: wow. Look at the big balloon. Curious: what's that sound? Can you hear it? Calm: it's okay. Everything will be fine. Incorporating emotions into your speech makes the interaction engaging and helps you understand how intonation affects meaning. For instance, saying really with a rising tone expresses curiosity, while saying it with a flat tone might indicate doubt. Facial expressions enhance the practice further. Smile when saying positive words. Good job. Widen your eyes to express surprise. Oh no, the ball rolled away. This combination of tone and expression helps you develop a more dynamic way of speaking. It also trains you to interpret emotions in English conversations, an essential skill for effective communication. Combining the tips. To make these tips more effective, try combining them in your daily practice. Speak slowly and clearly while describing an activity. I'm cutting an apple, a big red apple. Use everyday scenarios to introduce new words. We're eating a delicious meal. It's tasty and nutritious. Add emotional expressions to engage the baby. Yay! You found your toy. Good job! By integrating these techniques, you create a holistic approach to learning English while nurturing the baby's language development. Additional suggestions. Record your practice. Listening to yourself helps you identify areas for improvement, such as unclear pronunciation or rushed sentences. Use props. Point to objects as you describe them to create a stronger connection between words and their meanings. Be consistent. Practice every day, even for a few minutes, to build a habit that accelerates your learning. Reflect on progress. Notice how your vocabulary grows, your pronunciation improves, and your sentences flow more naturally over time. Maximizing language practice while talking to a baby is not just about improving your English. It's about enjoying the process of learning in a stress-free environment. By speaking slowly, using everyday scenarios, introducing new words gradually, and practicing emotional expression, you create meaningful interactions that benefit both you and the baby. Over time, these techniques will transform your language skills, making you more confident and fluent in English. Benefits of talking to a baby in English. Engaging with a baby in English offers a unique opportunity to nurture their language skills while simultaneously enhancing your own. This process creates a mutually beneficial learning environment. Let's explore the specific advantages for both the baby and you as the caregiver. For the baby, building a strong foundation for language learning. Talking to a baby in English lays the groundwork for their language development. Babies are like sponges, absorbing the sounds, rhythms, and patterns of speech they hear. By speaking to them regularly, you expose them to English phonetics, vocabulary, and grammar, which helps improve listening skills. Hearing words repeatedly allows the baby to recognize sounds, making it easier for them to learn and reproduce those sounds as they grow. Foster early vocabulary development. When you say words like milk, ball, or mommy consistently, the baby begins associating sounds with meanings, even if they can't yet speak. Encourage language milestones. Babies exposed to frequent conversation often start babbling, mimicking words, and forming sentences earlier than those with less verbal interaction. For example, describing what you're doing, "I'm picking up your toys," or "let's go outside," provides the baby with contextual learning. Over time, this forms a solid base for their future language acquisition, enhancing cognitive and emotional growth. Language plays a significant role in cognitive and emotional development. When you talk to a baby, you're not just teaching them words. You're helping their brain grow. Boost cognitive skills. The more you communicate, the more neural connections their brain creates, which strengthens memory, attention, and problem-solving abilities. Supports emotional development. Babies learn to recognize emotions through your tone, facial expressions, and words. Saying, "You're so happy," or "It's okay, don't cry," teaches them emotional cues and empathy. Encourages social skills. Regular interaction helps babies understand the dynamics of conversation, such as taking turns and responding to others. For instance, when you ask, "Where's your teddy?" and wait for them to respond, you teach them the basics of communication. These small exchanges build their confidence and social understanding. For you, boosting confidence in speaking English. Talking to a baby provides a stress-free environment to practice English, especially if you're not fluent. Babies don't judge mistakes, making them the ideal conversational partners. As you speak to them, you gain confidence in using English freely, speaking without fear of being corrected or criticized makes it easier to express yourself. Building a routine. Daily conversations in English create a habit of thinking and speaking in the language, which gradually boosts self-assurance. For example, narrating your day, "We're going to the park now," may seem simple, but it builds confidence through regular practice. The more you talk, the more natural it feels, helping you overcome any hesitation, improving fluency, grammar, and vocabulary naturally. When you engage with a baby, you practice key aspects of language, often without realizing it. This method of natural learning is highly effective. Fluency. Speaking consistently improves your ability to think and respond in English more quickly. Grammar. Constructing sentences like, "Let's put on your shoes," or "Where's the book?" reinforces proper grammar usage. Vocabulary. Describing objects and actions expands your knowledge of everyday words and phrases. For example, pointing to objects and saying, "This is a blue car," introduces colors and nouns while forming complete sentences. Over time, these repetitions become second nature, enhancing your fluency and linguistic accuracy, creating a strong bond through communication. Talking to a baby isn't just about language. It's also about forming a deep emotional connection. Communication fosters trust, love, and understanding between you and the baby. Building trust. When you respond to their coos and cries with words, the baby feels heard and cared for, strengthening your relationship. Simple interactions like saying, "You're so adorable," or singing lullabies create lasting memories and a secure attachment. Sharing joy. Watching a baby respond to your words with smiles or giggles reinforces the joy of communication, making the process enjoyable for both of you. This bond motivates you to continue speaking in English, as it becomes a meaningful way to connect with the baby. Combining benefits for mutual growth. The dual benefits of talking to a baby in English make it a valuable activity for both you and the child. Here's how to combine these advantages effectively. Speak slowly and clearly to help the baby understand. While improving your pronunciation, use everyday scenarios to make the conversation relatable and practical. Introduce new words and expressions gradually, enhancing both your vocabulary and theirs. Focus on emotional expressions to make communication engaging and impactful. For example, while dressing the baby, you could say, "Let's put on your soft, warm sweater. It's cold outside today." This sentence combines adjectives, context, and emotional tone, benefiting both participants. Talking to a baby in English creates a win-win situation. For the baby, it's a head start in language development, cognitive growth, and emotional understanding. For you, it's an opportunity to practice speaking English, improve fluency, and gain confidence, all in a judgment-free zone. By making this a regular part of your routine, you'll nurture not only the baby's development, but also your own language skills, creating a rewarding and enriching experience. Common challenges and how to overcome them. Speaking to a baby in English can feel unfamiliar at first, especially if you're not fluent in the language. However, the challenges you face are natural and can be addressed with simple strategies. Let's explore some common obstacles and how to overcome them effectively. Fear of making mistakes. One of the most common concerns when speaking a non-native language is the fear of making mistakes. You may worry about mispronouncing words, using incorrect grammar, or sounding unnatural. However, it's important to remember, babies don't judge. A baby isn't going to correct your grammar or laugh at your mistakes. They're simply absorbing the sounds and tones of your voice. Mistakes are learning opportunities. Each mistake helps you identify areas to improve. For example, if you mispronounce a word, you're more likely to remember the correct pronunciation next time. Perfection isn't necessary. Communication is a priority, not perfection. Even native speakers make occasional errors. How to overcome this fear? Focus on speaking slowly and clearly rather than perfectly. Use simple sentences like, "Where is your toy?" or "This is your teddy bear." Remember, practice is key. The more you speak, the more confident and accurate you'll become over time. Running out of things to say. Another challenge is feeling like you've exhausted all topics. After a few minutes of talking about the baby's favorite toy or the weather, you might wonder what else to say. Why this happens? Lack of practice in conversational English. Limited vocabulary or uncertainty about how to describe new situations. How to keep the conversation going. Use your surroundings. Look around and talk about what you see. For example, the flowers are blooming outside. They look so colorful. Let's watch the birds fly in the sky. Narrate daily activities. Describe what you're doing as you go about your routine. For instance, "I'm folding your clothes." "We're going to the kitchen to get your bottle." Ask questions. Even if the baby can't respond, Questions encourage interaction. Try, "Do you want your blanket?" "Where is your red ball?" Repeat words and phrases. Repetition reinforces vocabulary for both you and the baby. By using these techniques, you'll always have something to talk about, keeping the interaction engaging and productive. Feeling awkward. Speaking to a baby in English can feel strange, especially if you're not used to talking to infants or are worried about how others might perceive you. This discomfort is normal, but it's important to push past it. Why this happens? Lack of familiarity with talking to babies. Self-consciousness about speaking English aloud, especially around others. How to overcome this awkwardness. Shift your perspective. Remind yourself that this practice is beneficial for both you and the baby. The more you focus on the baby's needs and your goals, the less awkward you'll feel. Start small. Begin with short, simple sentences like, "Good morning," or "Are you hungry?" As you gain confidence, gradually increase the length and complexity of your speech. Use visual aids. Incorporate toys, books, or objects to make the interaction more natural. For example, hold up a stuffed animal and say, "This is a bunny. It's soft and cuddly." Practice alone. If you're self-conscious about speaking English in front of others, practice when you're alone with the baby. This will help you build confidence in a private, judgment-free space. Combining solutions for a positive experience. Here's a step-by-step approach to overcoming these challenges. Start with a routine. Dedicate specific times to talk to the baby in English, such as during feeding, playtime, or bedtime. A routine helps you stay consistent and prepared. Prepare topics in advance. Think of a few sentences or questions you can use each day. For example, morning. It's time to wake up. Look outside. The sun is shining. Playtime. Let's build a tower with your blocks. Bedtime. Are you ready for a bedtime story? Celebrate progress. Acknowledge small victories, like using a new word or completing a full sentence. Positive reinforcement boosts motivation. Additional tips for success. Practice listening and speaking. If you're unsure how to pronounce a word or phrase, listen to English songs, watch videos, or use language apps for guidance. Record yourself. Recording your conversations can help you identify areas for improvement. Seek support. Join a community of English learners or parents practicing language skills. Sharing experiences and tips can be incredibly motivating. The challenges of speaking to a baby in English are opportunities in disguise. By addressing your fears, finding creative ways to keep the conversation flowing, and overcoming awkwardness, you'll not only enhance the baby's language skills, but also transform your own. Remember, every word you speak is a step closer to fluency and confidence. Keep going. You're making progress with every interaction. Have you ever thought of a baby as your perfect language partner? If not, Now is the time to start. Talking to a baby in English is not only an incredible way to help the little one develop their language skills, but it's also a fun and stress-free way to boost your own fluency. Encourage practice. Why wait? Start today. The next time you're with a baby, try speaking to them in English. Say simple phrases like, "Are you hungry?" Or "Look at this ball. It's so colorful." You'll find that this practice makes you more confident and creative in forming sentences. Plus, the baby loves hearing your voice, no matter what you're saying. The best part? There's no judgment. A baby won't point out if your grammar is imperfect or if you mispronounce a word. Every conversation you have is an opportunity to refine your skills and expand your vocabulary. So, grab this chance to practice speaking English every day. Engage with the community. We'd love to hear from you. What are your favorite English phrases to use when talking to a baby? Do you have funny or memorable experiences to share? Head down to the comments and join the conversation. Sharing your journey inspires others and helps us all grow together as language learners. Not sure where to start? Here are a few examples you can try. Where is your teddy bear? This is a big red apple. Let's go for a walk in the park. Share your ideas and let's build a supportive community of English learners who believe in the power of baby talk to improve fluency. Recap key points. Talking to a baby in English isn't just about teaching. It's a mutual learning experience. Here's a quick recap. Vocabulary. You use simple, everyday words that enrich your own language skills. Grammar. Constructing clear, short sentences improves your accuracy. Pronunciation. Speaking slowly and clearly helps you articulate words better. Fluency. The more you practice, the more natural speaking English will become. And remember, the baby benefits too. They'll absorb the sounds, tones, and patterns of English, laying a strong foundation for their future language development. Every time you talk to a baby, you're not just building their world. You're transforming your own. Each sentence, each word, is a step closer to becoming confident and fluent in English. So, take the first step today. Start talking, practicing, and growing. And don't forget to share your journey with us. We're all in this together. If you found this helpful, make sure to like this video, share it with your friends and family, and subscribe to our channel for more tips, techniques, and inspiring ways to learn English. Your support means the world to us.